Next, we'll cover the Chart Files tab. Now, the purpose of the Chart Files tab is to allow you, the user, to create, import, or scan documents and images and time to the patient that you have currently listed here, for example, Homer Simpson. When you click on the New button, it'll allow you to create Microsoft Word documents and Microsoft Word templates. Now, the difference between the two are that when you create a Microsoft Word document and you save it, it'll actually tie to the patient that you have currently pulled up, which now is Homer Simpson. If I go ahead and create a Microsoft template, it won't tie to any patient that you have in the system. In fact, it may be easier to say, don't create your templates here, although you can, but you can also create them under the master files, to templates, to patient document templates. Now, another major difference between creating Microsoft Word documents and Microsoft Word templates is that any time you create a template and another user opens it up, it actually doesn't open up the original template, it opens up it as a Word document. So that way the user gets a copy of the template, can make whatever changes they want and save it, and it'll save it as a document, not overwriting the original template. Now let's go ahead and show you how you can create Microsoft Word documents and Microsoft Word templates in Advanced MD. On the Chart Files tab, we'll click the New button. A little window pops up. We can go ahead and create a template by clicking on the ellipsis button and then going from there, but instead our first step will be learning how to create a Microsoft Word document. All we have to do is click OK. You'll see up here that the patient it's going to tie to, if we click OK, will be Homer Simpson. We can also tie this to a visit number if there are any here. And also we can tie it to the correct provider. Now, if this isn't the correct provider, whatever you do, make sure you delete this first, then click the ellipsis button, because if you click the ellipsis button, it's going to pull up the same provider. So delete, click, it gives me a list of all my providers. In any case, the moment I go ahead and click OK, it'll open up the Microsoft Word document, in which I can go ahead and, when I'm done typing in whatever notes or for my documentation on the patient, all I have to do is go ahead and click on the Save button. Advanced MD has a little pop-up window with the default name. Now the name, the first number you see here will be the chart number. Then the first three letters here are the last name, Simpson. The first two letters, HO for Homer, and then we've got the date. If you don't want to use this, you can simply highlight it and then type over it. Now, I know I'm creating patient notes, and we do have a note tab that we just covered. The difference between the two is that when you save your notes, you got 24 hours to change them. Otherwise, they become permanent. In addition, you can't delete the notes once you save them. But at least if we create it in the document, Microsoft Word, we can delete this unless we lock it and make changes later. And of course, unless we lock that too. So down below, we have 4 categories to choose from. The first two are charts and outside charts. You want to know that they tie to the EMR, Electronic Medical Records module, that if you've purchased, you may want to consider this here so the doctor can see it when he's making his rounds. If not, basically choose the appropriate category, look at the sub-menu here, and then double-click on the correct one and click OK. After it's saved, we'll go ahead and we'll click on the red box here at the X and close out of Microsoft Word. And we'll look back in here and it'll say that the total amount of files that we have saved to the Chart Files tab is 1. To find out which category it's under, we go down here, and if we see a number 1 next to the category, that means we have at least one chart in that category. We click on the little plus sign, it expands, and it says it's tied to the SOAP notes because it has 1 there. We click on that and it'll highlight over here. If we had any other charts and we clicked on them, it would disappear. So we want to select the correct subcategory here. Once you go ahead and you create your documentation, the letter P here is for printed. If it had an X here, it means that the document has been printed. And then you can go ahead and review it, approve it, and lock it. When you click on the review, it puts a little X mark in there, and then if the doctor or the front office looks at it, or the biller, and then approves it, it puts another check mark. Finally, when you click on X to lock it, it'll tie to this patient permanently, Homer Simpson. In other words, you won't be able to delete it or change the properties. Right now, if I click on it and I want to change the properties by clicking the Property button, it pulls up a new little window, but being the same idea. I can go ahead and rename it to Patient N. Instead of tying it to the SOAP notes, I can choose another category. So you get more freedom here instead of locking it. But by the same token, there may be some documents that you want to lock down. In any case, I click OK, and it will update from our charts and put it in the Outside Charts category.